Well, if you're beginning to feel an overwhelming sense of deja vu, you're not the only ones. As you take a look at the scoring drive, 4 plays, 65 yards, and the 40-yard run by Eric Jones. Very much like last year, this game is beginning to shape up. Of course, the Rockets had a 29-15 lead into the fourth quarter. 2-touchdown lead. Things look well in hand, and boom, right come back the Huskies to win the ball game 30-29 last year in the regional final as Holmes made it all the way into the state semifinal round. Well, the score right now, 33-22 in favor of Judson, but we still have plenty of time left. 3:16 left in the third quarter. But maybe begin to think just a little bit like last year.
It really is, John. This is just a real exciting ball game.
And Earl Kaufman, who has kicked off beautifully all day long, boots that one out of the back of the end zone. And again, the Huskies will start it at their own 20-yard line.
John, you know, visiting earlier in the ball game before it started with Frank Arnold, the athletic director for Judson, he said one of the things that gave Judson a lot of problems last week against Victoria is they were unable to kick the ball into the end zone, except for, I think, the first time that they kicked the ball. And Victoria was able to come out and get great field position on them throughout the rest of the ball game. And as evidence, you know, on what's happening now, they're able to kick the ball in the end zone, and Holmes is having to start the ball game each time possession on the 20-yard line.
Wilbur Odom, look at him stand in the pocket. Now he can't find anybody, lets it fly, and he has the pass tipped away. Scott Burns tipped it away and nearly made a stand of the interception in the vicinity of the 40.
Well, I'll tell you as a coach, you just can't say enough for Wilbur Odom and the cool that he has back there trying to pass. You can see he's having to scramble around, continuously looking for the open receiver, throwing off balance at the last second, really getting the ball, you know, where it has to be. We just have a great defensive play.
Second down and 10. Ryan McKenzie goes in motion. Good protection, lets it fly for Johnny Walker. Walker has the pass tipped away. Number 30, Scott Mikowski, for the superb defensive effort.
They're trying to go to Johnny Walker down to the weak side where they've got single man coverage underneath, deep zone coverage deep.
Double coverage back there, and Mikowski's the one that made the tip away. Got in front of the receiver, Johnny Walker.
Well, Scotty just gets up, really makes a fine play. Times his leap just right at the last second.
Wilbur Odom, 9 of 20 for 229 yards and a 1 touchdown. Across the middle, pass is intended for Kerry Cash. He got a little bit tangled up with Mike Soto on the defense, and the pass was a little bit led too much for him. A little bit wide.
I think they were hoping they were going to get a flag here for defensive pass interference, but the officials didn't see it that way. The ball was badly thrown. Maybe it's because it wasn't a catchable ball.
And Holmes will be forced to punt it away on 4th and 10. Kerry Cash averaged 42 yards on 2 kicks thus far this afternoon. Standing back at about his own 6-yard line. Chris Samuels deep for Judson. And Cash, oh my. I don't know if he was looking to run or pass the football, or if he just didn't think he could get the kick away.
John, I think that's the very thing that we had talked about earlier, where they're not getting a tremendous rush on him. I think the coaches saw that. Of course, this time, as he's sitting back there, you'll see coming to the top side of your screen, you'll see Terry Phoenix coming in. And we mentioned earlier, Terry Phoenix is a great football player with great speed. And you can see he pulls Cash down from the inside just on pursuit. It's a big gamble, but a great play on Judson's part.
Now from the 13-yard line, here's Eric Jones. Touchdown!
We're seeing something right now, I think, that Holmes and Judson have been able to do all year, and that's take advantage on quick turnovers. You see, there's great blocking at the point of attack. Eric Jones just does a good job turning on the juice and getting outside and just outrunning the defense to the corner.
Eric Jones, tremendous speed again to the outside, and suddenly Suddenly, the Judson Rockets have exploded here in the third quarter. They'll try for 2 points one more time with the count at 39-22. Trevino looking to throw. Receivers there, and just overthrowing Mike Neal in the end zone. So the try for 2 points once again fails, but 6 more tacked up on the board for the Rockets. And in a span of 4.5 minutes, they put up 18 points to lead this game 39-22.
Trevino had Mike Neal wide open on a crossing pattern to the backside or top side of the screen then. Just threw the ball a little bit too high, a little bit too long, and Mike was unable to get to it. But, you know, it's a good pattern, something different than they'd tried on the other two or previous two-point conversions.
Well, with the score the way it is now, you'd think 17 points under normal circumstances would be not a bad lead. But I'm telling you something, folks. I've seen the Holmes Huskies do it twice this year. Not once, twice. Down by 16 points with 7 minutes to play in the game. And they came back to win it. And they've still got almost 15 minutes left in this one with 2:38 to play in the third quarter.
Well, John, you know, in 2 of the biggest ball games that Holmes has had all year against Clark and Jay, you know, they came back and just played excellent football in the last half of the football game. And don't expect anything less. And I tell you, our fans at this ball game are seeing a thriller right now, and something that they're really going to be excited about, talking about for a long time.
Earl Kaufman with the kickoff. And Tony Hawkins going to run it out 7 yards deep. And not a bad return for Hawkins as he gets out to his own 23-yard line. And the Huskies have to be thinking now seriously about getting another score on the board. As you see, the Rockets go officially 12 yards in one play on the 12-yard run by Eric Jones. After, of course, tackling Kerry Cash, the punter, on the muff punt attempt. From the 23, 77 yards away are the Huskies, and Wilbur Odom brings them to the line of scrimmage. 2.5 to play in the third quarter, and Odom has some pressure, kicks it out for Kerry Cash, for the Keith Cash, and Keith probably got back, well, got to the 20-yard line. He'll lose about 3 on the completion. Kevin Matul, the strong side linebacker, putting him down at that spot. Eric Jones, 7 carries and 101 yards on the ground today with a couple of touchdowns, including a 40-yard run.
John, he's a fine football player. He really is. He's done well all year. Been kind of injury-free, I think, for the part of the year.
It is second down, and we'll call it 12 for the Huskies. Odom has Walker. All the way to the 30-yard line of the Judson Rockets. Wilbur Odom about to be sacked for the first time today, and you continually marvel at this young man.
John, look at the quick snap right here that Wilbur gets off downfield. Perfect strike. You know, he's under pressure. Johnny Walker catches a full stride, you know, almost makes a great cutback right here on the defensive back, number 42, ends up making a great play. That being Scott for us.
Odom again, looking to the near side of the field. Flag is down the play as he goes for Kerry Cash into the end zone. Pass is incomplete. And we'll check the flag at the line of scrimmage. We may have had some illegal movement as Walker started in motion. He might have began his move upward toward the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped. And I think that is the case. Illegal motion against Holmes.
Now, they've been using that short motion like that to the trip side, the 3-receiver side, bringing one up back underneath. And it's kind of interesting then. They knew they were going to go long to Kerry Cash, I believe it was. But the other receivers, I don't think there's another receiver on the field got further than 5 yards down the field. So they're trying to isolate him one-on-one with somebody deep. And that's the match they wanted to get.
The Huskies decline.
Penalty is actually declined by Judson. Will force them to use the down and make it 2nd and 10 rather than 1st and 15. As you see Johnny Walker, what he has done this day. Not a bad day individually, but I know he'd like to get a mark or two in that touchdown category as Mike McKenzie goes in motion on